In this video, I want to demonstrate the formatting capabilities of the article editor. I have already signed in to the website. So all I need to do is to create an article, which will open up the editor for me. But before I do that, I want to save the article eventually in the training area. So if I look at the training page at the moment, there are no articles there, but this is where I want the article to be saved once I'm done. So let us start. I click on create an article. Next thing that will happen is the article editor will open up. You can see there's a save button there that once we're done with the article we will save it. But for the sake of this video, I will only concentrate on three areas. The one is the title area, where I have to type in the title, my first article. The next area is the text entry area, where the article will physically be typed in. And the next area would be the category area, most important, to be able to save this article in the training page, that page there. I will have to make sure that I choose the correct category for that page. In this specific case, on this website, the category that is linked to the menu item training is also called training. So that is the category. You will notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different categories to choose from. You just have to make sure you choose the correct one. Now, the first uncategorized category that you see there is generally used for articles that are linked directly to a menu option, a menu item, which means that the menu item does not link to a category and the category link to the article. When you have a single article for a specific page, you always use uncategorized. If not, if you have multiple articles for a specific page, you will have to choose one of those categories. I hope that made sense. But for this video, it is not too important. Very important though that you do choose one, otherwise you will not be able to see the article once you created it, if it is left as uncategorized. Okay, so the next thing to do is to simply start to put in the text. Here is where the text is entered. You can, as you see, I typed on the keyboard, you can simply type in the full article that you want to type in from memory. But of course, that is the long-winded way of doing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that text and I will copy the text from an external document and paste it into this area. So I have already prepared something for this purpose. So there you will see a block of text. This is Latin, so just random text really. So all I now need to do is I need to click on edit. I need to click on copy. that won't work. I need to select all first, then click on edit, click on copy. I can then put that thing away, and I need to paste the stuff in here. Now, there are various ways of doing this. It is important that you choose the correct way to do it. You will notice that there are that button, and that button, all three next to each other, that you can use. The first button, in this video, the tooltips do not work, probably because I am making a video of this. But in your browser, in this, there will be a tooltip pop up to tell you what these icons are. That one will say paste. That one will say, if I remember correctly, it'll say paste as plain text. And that one is what you use when you paste text that was copied from a Word document. In this case, I'm going to use that button. So I'm just going to click on it. An input box pops up. You have to click inside this box here. Then if you read the text up there, it says you have to press in the control key, hold it in, and while you hold it in, press the V key, which will paste the text that you copied earlier into the input box there. All you do now is click OK, and it pastes it into your text area. And that is all there is to it, really. So what you have now is a article. If I go ahead and save it, then that article will be saved with that title, this text, into that page. But the idea of this video is to show how we can use this editor to format some of this text so it looks much better. Right, generally the first thing I would do is I would take the text, select it all, clicking on that button, select it all, then I would do a spell check. I click on the spell check button, it pops up the spell checker, it tells you which words are misspelled, and of course in this specific case most everything is misspelled because this is not the English. You could choose, of course, British English here as well. This is not the English text that I'm using. So for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to do any spell check, but just to show that you can do a spell check. Then the next thing I would do is I would select all the text and I would use these three buttons to format it. When the text is selected, I would change the paragraph format to div normal or normal div. I would change the font to a font that I prefer. In this case, it would be Verdana. Then I would change the size of the text, and I like to use 16, 14 or 16, but 16 reads much easier than the other sizes. Of course, you can choose whatever size you want to choose. And there you have it. So the next thing I would do is I would sort out the paragraphs. I'm going to create just 4 paragraphs. All I did is I click in a certain spot, I press enter once, enter twice, and create paragraphs that way. Click at that point, print, enter once, enter twice, another paragraph. Right, so there you can already see that this article is looking quite wonderful, isn't it? Follow on from here, you can decide that you need to highlight certain things, you need to make certain things stand out or whatever, to attract your reader's attention. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two paragraphs, highlight them by selecting it with my mouse, and I will click on either the numbered list or the bulleted list icon um, to make those two paragraphs a bulleted list. So this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm clicking on it and you have a bulleted list. You will notice that there's a bullet for every paragraph. Whenever you press enter, creating a new paragraph, you have a bullet for that. If you don't like the bullet there, of course we won't like it. We want to take it away. So to take it away, I'll just click next to the bullet on the line, press the backspace key on my keyboard, and it takes it away. Of course, it takes away the whole line, so the whole space is gone. If you want to recreate this space, you need to press enter again. But we know that when you press enter, which is what I will do now, you create a bullet again. We don't like a bullet in that point, so I'm going to press my backspace again. Take the space with the bullet away. There's a trick that you can apply here. You can do the same in Word, Microsoft Word. You press your Shift key, hold the key in, and then press Enter. That, of course, will create a blank space without a bullet. Oops, I just accidentally pressed another Enter. So I've got to do it all over again. Hold Shift, press Enter, and there you have it. Right, next I want to highlight some text just to attract attention. I selected the passage that I want to set bold font. Click on B for bold, and you have a bold font. To make it stand out even more, I can click on that button to change the font color, let's say to a nice reddish color. I can select another word by double clicking on it, and I can give it a highlight in the background like that. Yellow doesn't stand out too well, so I can change it to another color. Of course, the other color is a bit too dark, so you can't read it properly, but you can change the text color and it will stand out better. The color is still not very good, so I will change the highlight color to red, and that looks much better. So this is how you're going to play around with all these tools that you're given for this editor, just to see how it all works, and you can apply that in your articles. Let's do something different. Let us say we want to underline that phrase. Click on the underline button and it is underlined. We want to change it, that same phrase, into an italic font. Click on it and it is applied the italic font. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can say, right, that word must really stand out very well. So actually, I'm going to change the font of that word alone to Comic Sans. And I'm going to make it size 20 so it stands up quite nicely. So as you can see, you can do various things here. If you want to change the indentation of these two bullet paragraphs, you can use these to indent them more or indent them out. Indent them still more. Oh, it has taken the bullets away. That is a mistake. So I think what we ought to do is let us reverse that action. You can use that icon there to go back one step. And if you click it again, it'll go back even a further step. And if you click it again, go back even one more step. So you've got a few steps that you can go either backwards or forwards. If I click forwards, you will see it reverses the last back step action. Right, so what have we not covered? Of course, you've got some other icons as well that you can use. Oh yes, we can do this. We can say we don't like the block format of our text. Let us change it to a normal thing. Let's just highlight all the text and change it to left justified text. And what happens is you can see that it's not block anymore like you would get in magazines and in papers. It is normal as we know it. We don't like that. The block idea is better. We can simply click on that button and it'll reset it, take it back to the previous step for us. There are various other things that you can do. What I'm not going to cover in this video is to create links and to insert images and that kind of stuff. That can wait for another time. So this video, I'm going to end this video at this point, and it'll be followed up with other videos demonstrating some other features that we have in this text editor. So all that remains for me to do now is to make sure that I've got the right category, make sure that I have got a title for my article, and then to click on that button to save it. Of course, you can also click on that button to save it, but I'm going to click on this button to save my article. It displays a message for me to say that article is now successfully submitted. If I click on that little X, it takes the message away. If I go to the training area, the training page, I should really find my article there. And there it is. I have my article there. If I click on the article, it will display. And there you have the article displayed. That's all for this video. Until next time, bye bye.